Good day, fabulous listeners. It's February 22nd, 2026, and welcome to The Gaily News, where we call bullshit without apology. I'm your host, Elliot Bright, serving the raw truth with zero chaser. Today, we're exposing the Trump administration's deportation of a gay asylum seeker straight into danger, dragging Shia LaBeouf over his alleged gay-bashing arrest in New Orleans, highlighting trans men's fierce pushback against the FDA's chest-binder crackdown, blasting Pope Leo XIV's "no changes ever" stance on LGBTQ+rights, and noting the opening of the UK's only queer museum. Let's get into it. First, the Trump administration just deported a 21-year-old gay asylum seeker named Farah to Morocco, where same-sex acts are punishable by up to 3 years in prison. The move, confirmed in reports out this morning, February 22nd, happened under the new third country deportation policy after she fled her home country fearing execution for being gay. The Associated Press and Washington Post broke it today, with advocates from the Human Rights Campaign calling it a death sentence in slow motion, and a complete betrayal of everything America claims to stand for. Farah had been waiting years in legal limbo, only to be shipped off to a country where her very existence is criminalized. This isn't immigration enforcement, it's handing someone over to the very danger they escaped, and it sets a terrifying precedent for every queer person seeking safety at our borders. Next, Shia LaBeouf is in hot water after his arrest in New Orleans on February 17th during MardiGras weekend. Victims say the actor beat two people, one a gay man in full drag, the other a queer man, while shouting anti-gay slurs during what they're calling a clear hate crime outside a Bourbon Street bar. The detailed police report and victim statements came out in the following days, with LaBeouf booked on 2 counts of simple battery and released without bond. GLAAD and local LGBTQ groups in the French Quarter are demanding a full hate crime investigation, pointing out that this kind of violence has no place in a city that celebrates queer joy every Fat Tuesday. In 2026, an A-list actor allegedly gay-bashing amid the beads and boas? Not the comeback story anyone asked for, and the community isn't letting it slide quietly. Shifting to a defiant stand, trans men across the country are telling the FDA to pound sand after the agency's February 21st crackdown on chest binders, warning they'll keep binding even if it means going back to unsafe DIY methods like duct tape or ACE bandages. The Michigan Advance reported multiple stories of guys saying, "They better come take away my duct tape too," because binders are a literal lifeline for gender affirmation and mental health. With the federal squeeze intensifying under new regulations, this isn't compliance, it's survival, and it's forcing many back into dangerous territory they thought they'd left behind. Trans brothers, your bodies, your rules. The rest of us have your back and will keep raising hell until this nonsense stops. Across the ocean in Vatican City, Pope Leo XIV made it crystal clear yesterday, February 21st. No changes coming to church doctrine on gays and trans people, period. In a fresh interview with a conservative outlet, the pontiff shut down any talk of progress, reaffirming the hardline stance that marriage is only between man and woman, gender is immutable, and any affirmation of queer lives is contrary to God's plan. Euronews covered the remarks, which land like a bucket of ice water amid global backsliding and rising violence against LGBTQ+ Catholics. The Catholic Church had one job, love thy neighbor, and they're still failing spectacularly, leaving millions of faithful queer people feeling abandoned in their own pews. Finally, over in London, a brand new LGBTQ+ museum just opened its doors this month, handing the mic straight to the community to tell their own stories. No outsiders, no straight washing. Fresh BBC coverage today highlights the interactive exhibits packed with personal artifacts, oral histories from the 1960s raids, all the way to today's battles, and displays that let queer Londoners across generations speak for themselves. Curators call it a deliberate reclamation of narrative in a city that's seen it all, from the Wolfenden Report to modern pride marches. In a world where our history keeps getting rewritten by others, this is the kind of space we deserve. Raw, real, and unapologetically ours. London, you just leveled up. And that's your Gaily News for Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. Keep your heads high and your middle fingers higher, darlings. Stay fabulous, stay fighting. This is Elliot Bright signing off. We'll see you tomorrow.